Did you guys know that David F. Sandberg directed Annabelle Creation? Did you know that?
Hello, Adam Ryan Donato.
Hello, and welcome back to another Hard Review. Today I'm here to talk about the latest superhero movie to come out from DC, and one of the remaining movies to come out from the DCEU. We have SHAZAM! Fury of the Gods. This is a sequel to SHAZAM, starring Zachary Levi. This movie has been in quite the weird situation because we don't really know what's happening with DC now that James Gunn has taken over. It was announced today that he is going to be directing the Superman movie that comes out. We saw a video with Zachary Levi a few months ago where he's like crying and he's like, oh my god, I don't believe in the vaccine and just go see my movie so they can make more. The first movie I rewatched before going to see this, obviously. I think that it was kind of a breath of fresh air at the time for the DCEU, especially since it had such a comedic tone. But at that point in time, we hadn't had the Snyder Cut or Wonder Woman 84 or the Suicide Squad. I remember liking it. I remember liking the trailer more than I liked the movie. I liked the whole gas station thing where they're taking down the criminals. And then the best part about the movie is how relatable it is. Superhero movies are for children, specifically like who reads comic books, right? Teenage boys, younger teenage boys. I wrote on my comment card that I said 13 to 17-year-olds rejoice, because that's who this movie is for. And when you have the main character be in that demographic, show what it's like when someone that age becomes a superhero, it works really well, kind of like how Spider-Man works really well. But DC doesn't really have that. Even their Barry Allen, I'm pretty sure, is not in school. But I thought it worked decently well. Mark Strong's not a very good villain. I think David F. Sandberg is a good horror director. I do really like Annabelle Creation, actually. I just think it's cringy how he keeps putting the doll there. All these references, like everyone's wearing like Gremlins and Goonies t-shirts, and we're like, we get it, you like movies, David. I thought the twist in the end of the first one where they all get superpowers, apparently this is probably a thing in the comic books, I just haven't read any comic books from SHAZAM. All of his siblings get powers, and I was like, oh, I didn't need that. That was way too much, thank you. But this one, we kind of go in a direction where it's all about the family, Billy's relationship with his siblings, now that they are all superheroes, and him dealing with aging out of the foster care system. All the while, Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu are coming to Earth to wreak havoc because there's a staff and an apple and a bunch of different MacGuffins that no one cares about until a dragon shows up. I thought this movie was fine. Everyone seems really positive about it. I seem to be one of the haters at the screening. It's better than Black Adam, I'll tell you that much. But no, I don't even like it as much as the first, because at least the first, they introduced me to this character and to this tone and to this version of the DCEU, so I give that one more credit, whereas this one, what new did you bring to the table besides there's a dragon in this one? Like, all the creatures are really cool in this movie, and that's great and whatnot. It's funny, I complained about John Wick Chapter 4 having no valuable time for the story or the characters to really be fleshed out whatsoever. After watching SHAZAM! Fury of the Gods, I've decided we don't need story or characters, just give me more John Wick movies, Jesus Christ. I guess this really caps off the month of just blockbuster franchise sequels, and John Wick really is the best, and this has got to be the worst, I think, because I'm gonna go John Wick, Creed 4, Scream 6, and then this. There's 6 Scream movies, and I'm just now getting tired of Scream. I guess I was tired in Scream 5. SHAZAM 2, and I'm already tired of SHAZAM. Like, I don't want any more. Please don't make any more. No, but it's fun. It's family-friendly type of fun, but not in the Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania type of way. This is much better than that, by the way. I was thinking during the movie, I was like, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania definitely cares way more about what parents think than SHAZAM! Fury of the Gods. But this is still the same demographic, I thought that the special effects were fine. The action was really monotonous and boring, especially since every character's like Superman and they're kind of indestructible. It's just I don't really give a rip about anything that's happening right now. None of the action had any weight to it whatsoever. The jokes are really cheesy and corny. There's Skittles commercial that happens in the middle of the movie that was super lame. I had the over-under on him saying lit, but no, instead he decided fam was his main word. I'm supposed to think it's cringy. I am an adult man watching a movie meant for 13-year-old boys, so of course I'm going to sit here and say that the humor and all the situations were really corny and cheesy and lame. So if you like the first Shazam. You're gonna like this one. I gave the first Shazam a 4. I'm giving this one a 3. There's just like little things that bother me, like bullying. Like they bully the crap out of this like handicapped kid, the same guys from the first movie. First of all, maybe I live in a rose-tinted world, but I've never seen anyone bully someone who's handicapped and do it in public for other people to see, and then other people do nothing. And then the teacher sees and he's just like, hey guys, get out of here. Like, no, they would be expelled or at least suspended, something. Like, I've gotten suspended for so much less. Jack Dylan Grazer's in this again, so is Jimon Hansu, and they're both fun. They have some time together in the movie. Rachel Zegler is a fun addition to the movie. She's really awesome. I didn't care about anything that happened the entire time. I don't even want to say it's too long. There's a lot that they're trying to juggle here, especially since like they're trying to flesh out all the other characters. The villains were, again, nothing to me. They showed no emotion. There was nothing personal there. It's funny because she gets in his face. Because I was talking before the movie, I was like, there's nothing personal for Mark Strong in the first movie. And here she's like, and I got personally angry at you, Shazam, for taking my dad's powers or whatever. And I'm like, no, but this doesn't count as like a good villain. I like most of the Marvel crap more than this though, because like I like Thor Love and Thunder more than this. And that's actually a really good comp because they're both really cringy and too reliant on the comedic tone. I just enjoy Chris Hemsworth as Thor more than I enjoy Zachary Levi as Shazam. I think he's really bad in this. Nothing's really great. There's nothing stand out about this movie. The one thing I will say is I guess I am happy for David F. Sandberg because this is clearly the Shazam sequel that he wanted, I believe, from what I saw on Scream. And there is a standout cameo in this movie. I'm not going to say who it is, obviously, but there's a cameo. They really play off the fact that in the first Shazam movie, Man of Steel shows up with no head because we couldn't get Henry Cavill. That was super lame. Here we actually got to see somebody and that was really awesome. Also, I'm going to say this, I've said it before, but I think it's really lame when DC references Marvel because like, why would you reference your way more popular competitor? I just think it's little brother type stuff and it's too lame for me. Don't really like that. I'm not really going to say anything about the spoilers. The spoilers don't even matter. Like I said, just keep making John Wick movies. John Wick has 3 things that this movie doesn't have. It has cool action, awesome visuals, actually funny jokes. But that's a 23-year-old adult male giving an opinion on a movie meant for teenagers. So if you're a teenager or you enjoy family, fun, friendly, superhero fare, then enjoy this. Go have a great time because everyone seemed to like enjoy it a decent amount. Like I feel like the popular opinion is like a 4 out of 5. I couldn't see it being in the 70s or 80s on Rotten Tomatoes, but for me it's a 3 out of 5. It was fine. I saw it. Better than Black Adam. It's not as good as the first Shazam movie, and I would even put it below Aquaman because at least Aquaman introduced us to this whole world, and James Wan is a horror director that I like a lot more than David F. Sandberg. What's your guys' favorite DCEU movie? Is mine, oh well, it's gotta be the Suicide Squad. I love the Suicide Squad so much. So I'm really happy James Gunn is taking over, and I can't wait for the Superman movie to come up. Going forward with Shazam, I would be fine if that was the last that we saw of him. Or I'll take him as an ancillary character, but if he has another movie of his own to come out, I'll kind of treat it like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania and just not really give a shit. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Shazam! Henry Cavill